As we read through the early chapters of Leviticus, is it important to note how some did not do as the Lord commanded? Is this a weakness of apostolic succession? Where's the guarantee that even the very next generation of priests will be faithful? Jesus gave over 300 commands. Are we faithful to them? Let's look at Leviticus 10. What happened when two of the priests, Aaron's sons, went against God's commands? Is this a warning for today's church leaders? Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, took their censers, put fire in them, and added incense, and they offered strange or unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to his command. So fire came out from the presence of the Lord and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. What did Moses say to his brother Aaron about this situation? Moses then said to Aaron, "This is what the Lord spoke of when he said, 'Among those who approach me, I'll be proved holy. In the sight of all the people, I'll be honored.'" What was to be done with the bodies of the two rebellious priests? Then Moses called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said to them, "Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp." So they went near and carried them by their tunics out of the camp, as Moses had said. Should they grieve their rebellious family members? Then Moses said to Aaron and his sons Eleazar and Ithamar, "Don't show grief by leaving your hair uncombed or by tearing your clothes. If you do, you'll die, and the Lord's anger will strike the whole community of Israel. However, the rest of the Israelites, your relatives, may mourn because of the Lord's fiery destruction of Nadab and Abihu. But you must not leave the entrance of the tabernacle, or you'll die, for you've been anointed with the Lord's anointing oil." So they did as Moses commanded. Could part of the cause of their rebellion have been drinking too much alcohol? Then Yahweh said to Aaron, "You and your sons are not to drink wine or strong drink whenever you go into the tent of meeting, or you'll die. This shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. You're to make a distinction between the holy and the common, and between the unclean and the clean. You're to teach the children of Israel all the statutes which Yahweh has spoken to them by Moses." Should they get on with the Lord's business, even though they probably didn't feel like it for the moment? Moses then told Aaron and his remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, "Take the grain offering that's left over from the Lord's food gifts and eat it, unleavened, next to the altar, because it's most holy. You must eat it in a holy place, because it's your portion and your son's portion from the Lord's food gifts, as I've been commanded." Could the priest's family also eat certain parts of the offerings? But the choice ribs and the hind leg that were lifted up may be eaten by your entire family, as long as you do so in an acceptable place. These parts are yours from the sacrifices that the people offer to ask the Lord's blessing. This is what the Lord has commanded, and it'll never change. Was Moses angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, the surviving sons of Aaron? Now Moses diligently inquired about the goat of the sin offering, and behold, it was burned up. And he was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, the surviving sons of Aaron, saying, "Why have you not eaten the sin offering in the place of the sanctuary, since it's a thing most holy, and has been given to you that you may bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before the Lord? Behold, its blood was not brought into the inner part of the sanctuary. You certainly ought to have eaten it in the sanctuary, as I commanded." Did Aaron appease Moses for the sake of his sons? But Aaron replied to Moses, "See, today they presented their sin offering and their burnt offering before the Lord. Since these things have happened to me, if I had eaten the sin offering today, would it have been acceptable in the Lord's sight?" When Moses heard this, it was acceptable to him. As we read through the early chapters of Leviticus, it's important to note how some did not do as the Lord commanded. Is this a weakness of apostolic succession? Where's the guarantee that even the very next generation of priests will be faithful? Jesus gave over 300 commands. Are we faithful to them? You decide.